So we don't need to go far to see a news headline suggesting that AI is going to take over our jobs, our lives, and eventually the world, it appears. And from my own research, sure, AI is going to have a significant impact and probably bring more change over the next 2 to 5 years than we've ever seen throughout history. And this will in turn have a profound impact on many aspects of our lives. Now, all this is useful, but not a lot of help without some form of guidance to now help us navigate this considerable time and period of transformation. So in this video, I'm going to focus in on the topic of AI. We're going to look at how we can learn more about it. I'm going to demystify all of the tech nonsense, and I'll explain all of the jargon, and overall hopefully we'll make sure that we all have a sound understanding of the basics, and also that we stay grounded on its actual capabilities today. In future videos I'm going to explore more about the benefits and some of the specific use cases and types and practical applications of AI. But today we're going to start with the very basics. So, what is AI? So AI stands for artificial intelligence, as we know, and this is a computer system that mimics human intelligence, enabling them to solve problems and understand language. Now let's look into this a little bit closer. So it's a computer system. It's a programmable machine. It's something that we've programmed to carry out tasks or calculations. It mimics human intelligence. Well, this is not self-aware. It is mimicking or giving the perception via the programming and the task we've given it to do that it is intelligent. Why do we use it? Well, this is to that point of to solve problems. This is history repeating itself, just as we introduced machines into the mills and factories of the 1800s to automate labour, or the introduction of robots to production lines throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, right through to present day. AI is simply the automation of our time. It's the automation of the mind and the automation of intelligence. Or again, to that point, the perception of intelligence. And if we stay on the point of history, AI is not actually new technology. It's been around for many years, right back to the 1950s, when Alan Turing introduced the Turing test, which was to determine if a machine had the ability to exhibit intelligent behaviour. And then in 1956, John McCarthy coined the term that we use and know today of artificial intelligence. And there's been many significant achievements over the years in this field, from computers being chess champions or winning quiz shows. And a large number of organisations are already using and have been using artificial intelligence for many years, mainly in solutions such as machine learning, which we'll cover in a bit more detail in future videos. But this usually is used to help them organise data sets or to automate very basic computer processes. But it wasn't until really the 2020, 2021 that we started to see significant progress and change with the introduction of generative AI solutions. This you'll know or be familiar with, things like OpenAI's ChatGPT or Google's Bard and Gemini solutions, which again I'll cover in more detail. But today I just want to focus on the stages and the types of AI so we have a good understanding of the basics. So the first stage is known as narrow intelligence. This is the systems that we use today, machine learning and deep learning, and also known as weak AI, in that it can only perform a very clearly defined set of tasks. The next stage is general artificial intelligence, or also known as strong AI. This is where machines are able to think like humans. And then this progresses into what's known as super intelligence or machine conscious AI. This is when AI surpasses the knowledge and intelligence of human beings. Now that last statement might sound a little bit wild and a bit out there, which it is. So I'm going to drop in what we refer to here as the line of reality. This is pointing out where we are today. We are at stage 1. Yes, we are progressing, and the incredible achievements over the last couple of years rule nothing out, but for now this is where we are. We are in narrow intelligence. Now again, we shouldn't rule everything out, and the industry is split as to what the outcome will eventually look like, and there are experts on both sides, some saying it will happen, others saying it won't. Those that are saying it will refer to it often as the point of singularity. This is when artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence, and are suggesting it could happen as early, some saying earlier, than 2045. So we have around 20 years, guys, to stay relevant. After that, it goes into a whole different world, and I suggest we run or we learn to relax if robots are going to do all of our work for us. But for now, again, the stages of AI, we are certainly in the narrow and weak AI. As impressive as these systems are, that's where we are today. And for me, I suggest you just use the stages of AI as a timeline. We are currently in narrow, some way off moving into general and super, and that's really all we need to know about it. The next area we need to consider then are the types of AI, and of which there are many. Now, it's usually broken down into 4 key areas. First of all is reactive AI. This is where a system can only operate on the data that it has at the time, immediate information. You'll see this in things like IBM's Deep Blue that can outperform the chess champions, basically in that it knows every single possible move and can recall the option far quicker than a human can, which is why it always wins. The next area or the next type of AI to consider is limited memory. This is usually found in things like self-driving cars, where the vehicle can learn from recent memory, so it can read road signs and obstacles and improve its performance. It's also common in virtual assistants like Alexa and Siri, where it can learn from the information it's provided to improve the experience for users. So for example, if you asked it to play a song and you listen to the whole song, then it knows it got it right, so it will learn from that. If you immediately skipped or took over and stopped the track, then it would learn that that wasn't a great choice. The other areas then are moving into this future world, and I'm going to park them. So it's theory of mind and self-aware, and I suggest we worry about those, or we come back to those in many years to come. But for now, to focus on the types of AI which are affecting our today. So as well as reactive and limited, which are not new technologies, been around for many years, as have solutions such as machine learning, and now that progresses into deep learning. We're going to cover that in a lot more detail in a future session. There is also the field of robotics, where robotics is accelerating at incredible pace, and we'll do a dedicated video on that. And then there are a whole host of other areas such as generative AI, which is the ChatGPTs and the Google Gemini and Bard solutions, natural language processing, where AI can learn and understand natural language, computer vision, where cameras can start to use intelligence and AI to understand what's happening in a location. And there are many more: reinforced learning, expert systems, large action models. Again, I'm going to come to these and do dedicated videos on each of these, which will be much shorter, but more precise and focused. So that's it for this kick-off session, slightly longer than planned, but as we found, AI is a massive topic, but we've made a start. So keep an eye out for future videos, which will be much shorter, and we'll quickly rattle through all of the wider types of AI, and we'll focus on the use cases, but also I'll call out the bits that we need to learn. So until next time, stay interested, stay curious, but most of all, stay relevant in the future of us. Cheers.